Two incredible gladiators that came in as rivals, both unblemished in a final stage. They left as pillars of this new generation. It is a match for the archives, a moment that tennis will measure itself against itself for years to come. Sinner and Alcaraz, as Jim Courier has deemed them the new two, they are also now the now two. They are the current, they are the future. They are incredible.
The new tennis era. 2025 ATP and WTA calendar so far. Carlos Alcaraz and Coco Gauff's French Open, aka Roland Garros championships, mark the end of the year's first half of Grand Slams for the ATP and WTA tours. TNT Sports, the network now hosting the tournament, experienced a 25% increase in ratings. The deal was finalized in 2024 as a multi-year deal till 2034. It's no surprise that the younger generation is attracting more viewership. The baton has officially passed for women's tennis, and for men's tennis, Djokovic is the last of the Grand Slam Big Three. Tennis has captivated fans since the Open era, with talent dating back to the 1960s. The first Grand Slam winners of the Open era were Nancy Richey and Ken Rosewall. Other notable legends include, for the 1960s and 70s, Rod Laver, Roy Emerson, Bjorn Borg, Margaret Court, Billie Jean King, Maria Bueno, and Christine Evert. For the 1980s and 1990s, we have John McEnroe, Jimmy Connors, Stefan Edberg, Ivan Lendl, Pete Sampras, Martina Navratilova, Steffi Graf, Monica Seles. For the 2000s and 2010s, arguably the greatest era, we have Andre Agassi, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Serena Williams, Justine Henin, Venus Williams, and Klim Clijsters. And now into the modern era of the 2020s, we have Iga Świątek, French Open finalist Aryna Sabalenka, and champion Coco Gauff, and the men's French Open finalist Jannik Sinner and champion Carlos Alcaraz. The new era of two. It has been hard to pin down a frontline leader in women's tennis, with as many as 13 women winning Grand Slams between 2020 and June 2025, compared to men's tennis with only 6 men who have won Grand Slams in the same period. Credit has to be given to Poland's greatest player of all time, Iga Świątek, currently ranked number 7, starting the decade with 5 Grand Slam titles in under 5 years. Now halfway into the decade, Świątek seems to have lost her reign. On one hand, a range of talent is good for the spectacle of the game, giving fans a belief that anything could happen. For the men's tennis calendar, however, the champions are established, at least for the early 2020s. With Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz winning the last 6 major tournaments, aka Grand Slams. The ATP so far. The 2020s saw a spillover from the earlier era with Novak Djokovic currently ranked number 5 and Rafael Nadal kicking off the decade. Business as usual. But as with all eras, the sun eventually sets, whilst the next generation is preparing, learning and refining for when it's time for their shot on the big stage. 22-year-old Alcaraz, ranked number 2, and 23-year-old Sinner, ranked number 1, have stamped their mark on the ATP, but notice also has to go to those trailing in the rest of the ATP rankings. We now have a diverse group of players from different denominations that consistently go deep into tournaments in both the ATP and WTA, the WTA so far. The 2020s experienced a complete shake-up to the regular Grand Slam appearances, with only one name from the previous year being Naomi Osaka, currently ranked number 52. Now at the middle of the decade, there is one frontrunner in terms of major tournament wins, Poland's greatest of all time, Iga Świątek, but in a shifting landscape. The competition has ramped up with players such as Aryna Sabalenka, ranked number 1, and Coco Gauff, ranked number 2, faced each other, and for the first time in over a decade since a WTA ranked number 1 and ranked number 2 faced off in Paris, the French Open, Roland Garros. As the decade enters its last half, we will see more upsets and unbelievable moments. Moments like the 361st seed Lois Boisson being the wild card, and very much so the wild French Open champion Coco Gauff in the semi-finals. This was Gauff's second Grand Slam since the US Open in 2023. Up and coming. When looking at players who could disrupt the Alcaraz-Sinner duo, it starts with the winners of tournaments who have just been shy of Grand Slams. There have been some impressive tournament winners outside majors, with players such as Jack Draper, ranked number 4, Caspar Ruud, now ranked number 16, and Jacob Mensik, ranked number 17, and Felix Auger-Aliassime, ranked number 29. Alongside this, we have regular Deep Slam appearances, including the two-time runner-up in Grand Slams, Alexander Zverev, ranked number 3, followed by Taylor Fritz, ranked number 7, one-time runner-up in the 2024 US Open. Other notable mentions include Holger Rune, ranked number 9, Lorenzo Musetti, ranked number 6, Tommy Paul, ranked number 8, Alex de Minaur, ranked number 10, Ben Shelton, number 12, and Francis Tiafoe, ranked number 13. With 2 slams left for the 2025 calendar and 20 more for the 2020s decade, the WTA is experiencing upsets more and more likely. Aryna Sabalenka. For players outside slams, there are Mira Andreeva, Jessica Pegula, and Jasmine Paolini, ranked number 4. The rest of the tennis calendar. It's anyone's game, set and match, excuse the pun, more so for the WTA Tour. But absolutely anything can happen in the last stretch of the decade for the ATP Tour. Tennis has always been thrilling because you never know the day or the tournament where the best or favourite player loses. As the ATP advert says, you're not number 1, you're number 1 for now. For the ATP, fans can easily assume that either Sinner or Alcaraz can win Wimbledon and the US Open, and even Novak Djokovic at a push if this truly is his last calendar year for tennis. If Alcaraz wins Wimbledon and Sinner the US Open, that will make a three-peat for the Spaniard and a repeat for the Italian. Names waiting on the wings for their first slam include Zverev and Draper, and all-time great Novak Djokovic is looking to get his 25th Grand Slam title. For the WTA, questions come to mind such as, can Świątek return to top form, or has the golden age rivalry between Goff and Sabalenka kicked off the coming years? Other contenders include Qinwen Zheng, Elena Rybakina, and Elena Svitolina. Tennis has not lost its edge and is arguably ramping up for the next era that will try to eclipse those that came before it. Let us know who's your pick for the best player of the decade. Are you going with the all-time favorite, Novak Djokovic, or even the new up-and-comer who's been winning most of the Grand Slams recently, Carlos Alcaraz? Let us know in the comments below. At Cloutskout, we also release weekly newsletters on economy, sports and culture. If you'd like to subscribe, you can see the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.